Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuhu at magandang umaga o hapon sa ating lahat. My name is Edwin Iyambong. So our topic is all about sewage disposal system. Ngayon, pag-usapan natin kung gaano ka-importante yung tamang pagde-dispose ng human waste. Ang collection and safe na pagtatapon ng mga tao ng basura ay isa sa pinakamahalagang mga suliranin ng ating environmental health na kailangan pagtuunan ng pansin. Maliban sa malaking epekto nito sa ating environment, meron din itong malaking epekto sa health ng mga tao. Ayon kasi sa isang statistical report na kalimitan na sa mga waterborne disease katulad ng typhoid at diarrhea ay cause ng walang proper sewage disposal system. Kapag daw ang dumi o ihi ng tao ay nilagay mo sa isang hukay, yung mga bakterya ay hindi naman kayang umakyat palabas sa hukay na yon. So meaning, na nadadala yung mga bakterya sa pamamagitan ng daloy ng tubig o yung mga hayop gaya ng ibon, daga, ipis at iba pang pwedeng magdala nito. Ang daily average volume ng human waste, kada tao ay umaabot ng 80 gram of feces at 950 grams of urine. Kapag may halo naman sa tubig ito, ay may rate na 30 to 100 galon kada araw na nagiging kanal. Sa total ng sewage, 50% doon ang organic at nabubulok. Habang nade-decompose ito ay mas bumabaho at nagiging dark ang kulay. On the other hand, maging bago o matagal na ito ay nagko-contain pa rin ito ng harmful organism that causes diseases. Dahil ayon sa ating WHO or World Health Organization ay may mga tao pa rin walang proper na comfort room at sa open places sila dumudumi at umiihi like sa dagat o sa ilog. Kaya ngayon, alam na natin kung gaano ka-importante ang sewage disposal system. Now, let's talk about the types of sewage disposal system. Sewage disposal system has 4 types: the cesspool, the privy, the septic tank, and the public sewer line. Cesspool. The cesspool is a hole in the ground, curved with stones, bricks, concrete hollow blocks, or other materials laid in such manner as to allow raw contaminated sewage to leach into the soil. The organic waste accumulate and finally disposed of by disintegration process. So ano ang cesspool? Ang cesspool ay isang hole na binubuo ng bricks, concrete hollow blocks at ng mga bato. Ang standard size ng cesspool ay 750 to 1,500 gallons at may ilalim na 9 feet. Ang cesspool ay isang closed container at ang ilalim ay lupa na. Ang disadvantage nito ay mabilis mapuno at kailangan patanggalan ng laman ng 1 o 2 beses kada isang linggo, kaya naman malaki ang gasto. According to my research, cesspool that is well maintained can last up to 90 years. However, if you fail to regularly clean and empty your cesspool, even the most robust system won't outlast their design life. Number 2, the privy. The privy is a concrete sealed vault with a wooden shelter constructed for the collection of raw sewage. The disintegration of excrement is accomplished in the same manner as in a cesspool. It is objectionable because of the danger of contaminating the source of water supply. Ang privy, kung meron kayong nakikita sa mga movie na CR na walang bowl at sa sahigang butas at kahoy ang mga dingding, yun ang privy. Hindi ito kinakailangan na walang tubig dahil hindi kailangan ng tubig para i-flush ang feces. Merong ilang model ng privy na gumagamit ng ash, sand, sawdust para mapabilis ang pag-decompose ng mga feces at mawala ang amoy. Pero di pa rin maiiwasan ang paggamit ng tubig, pero maaari nitong makontaminate ang groundwater dahil hindi naman sobrang secure yung human waste mula sa lupa sa paligid nito. Third, the septic tank. The septic tank is a device or receptacle used to expedite the decomposition of the element contained in a raw sewage waste. Raw sewage consists of water and settable solid called organic materials that can be precipitated in a septic tank in a very short time. So ang septic tank ay isang device or receptacle na ginagamit na koneksyon para mapabilis ang pagde-decompose ng mga elements sa loob ng raw sewage. So ano nga ba ang raw sewage? Ang raw sewage ay ang tubig at settable solids. Yun ay ang mga organic material that can be precipitated sa septic tank sa maikling panahon. Ang main function ng ating septic tank ay para ma-liquefy and precipitate ang solid waste. Septic tank is to hold the wastewater long enough to allow solid to settle down to the bottom forming sludge, while the oil and grease floats to the top as scum. The last one is the public sewer line. The public sewer line is a public sewage system operated and maintained by the government, consisting of a sewage treatment plant that conveys the raw sewage from building and houses to a disposal system. Of these four types of sewage disposal, the cesspool and the privy are already obsolete. The prevailing types recommended by the sanitary authorities are the public sewer line and the septic tank. Ang public sewer line, ito ay isang public sewage system na operated at maintained ng government na kinokolekta ang buong raw sewage galing sa mga buildings at mga bahay. Sa apat na ito, ang septic tank at public sewer na lang ang nire-recommend ng sanitary authorities at hindi na rin gumagawa ng cesspool at privy. Public sewer line is classified into three types. Number 1, the combination public sewer. Number 2, the sanitary sewer. Number 3, the storm drain. The combination public sewer is the oldest type of public sewer that conveys both storm water and sanitary waste. This type of public sewer is already obsolete and no longer allowed by sanitary authorities. Combination public sewer. Ito ay pinagsama na storm water at sanitary waste, at ito rin ang oldest type ng public sewer, pero wala nang nagpo-produce nito dahil hindi na rin ito inaalaw ng sanitary authorities dahil maaari itong makaproduce ng water pollution at pumupunta rin ito kalimitan sa river at sa dagat. Second, the sanitary sewer. The sanitary sewer is a public sewer facility that carries regular sanitary waste only. It terminates in a modern sewage dispersal plant. Rainwater is not permitted to enter into this type of public sewer. The sanitary sewer is classified into two types. Number 1, the intercepting or trunk line sewer. Number 2, the tributary or contributing sewer. Number 1, the intercepting sewer is a sanitary sewer that conveys sanitary waste to a dispersal plant. It is commonly made of concrete pipe that varies in sizes from 0 to 60 to 3 meters in diameter. The pipes are laid underground to a minimum depth of about 3 meters depending upon the natural contour of the ground. The intercepting or trunkline sewer ay isang sanitary sewer na nagko-conveys ng sanitary waste na galing sa mga bahay, buildings, and etc. papuntang dispersal plant. Kaya ito tinawag na intercepting sewer dahil makikita natin sa larawan na tinatawag din itong local main sewer line at nag-i-intercept siya sa regional trunk line sewer papuntang wastewater treatment plant. The last one is the tributary sewer. Tributary sewer is classified as an intercepting sewer branch. The pipe is made of either vertified clay or concrete pipe laid in an open trench. It is generally smaller in a diameter, installed not more than 3 meters below the street grade and terminate into the intercepting sewer. The storm drain. The storm drain is another kind of public sewer line that carries storm water. It terminates in a natural drain such as canals, lakes, or rivers. The materials required for the public sewer line could be determined under the following procedures. Number 1, from the plan of the public sewer line, find the net distance between manholes to be laid with concrete pipes total distance minus the space area occupied by the manhole. Number 2, the net distance found divided by the length of one pipe at 1 meter long regardless of its diameter. Number 3, subtract say 3% to get the exact number of pipes. Manhole is classified as a device of the main and storm sewer. It serves as man access for inspection, cleaning, and repair. It is constructed out of bricks, stone, adobe, or concrete at an interval distance from 75 to 150 meters. The manhole diameters varies from 90 to 120 centimeters, provided with iron rungs to serve as a ladder for the maintenance crew to reach the bottom. It is provided with a well-fitted cover on top, labeled with a road surface.
Good day everyone, I am Shahana Ayob and I will be discussing to you the septic tank. Sewage ejector refers to the pump that will discharge waste in the sump and transfer it to the house drain installed overhead. It is necessary when the public sewer line was installed at a depth from 2 to 4 meters below the street level. So, sewage ejector is a type of pump used to move sewage or waste water from the lower to a higher elevation. It is essential for properties with basements, bathrooms, or fixtures located below the main sewer. The septic tank is a receptacle or vault used to collect organic waste discharge from the house sewer. The main function of a septic tank is to liquefy and precipitate solid waste purifying odorous materials. So, septic tank is an underground chamber made of concrete, plastic, or fiberglass that is used for primary treatment of waste waters. So, the function of septic tank is to separate and partially treat solid waste and organic matter from wastewater before it is discharged into the soil for further treatment. And septic tank collects wastewater from sinks, showers, toilets, and other household fixtures. So, we have here the three layers in a septic tank: the scum, effluent, and the sludge. So, as you can see on the picture on the right corner, yung scum dyan is the upper layer, liquid or the effluent is in the middle, and the sludge is the bottom layer. So, scum consists of floating substances like oils, greases, and solids that are lighter than water. So, ano nga ba yung example ng solids na lighter than water? One of the example is yung tissue paper natin. So, basta anything na floating substance is nabibilong siya sa scum. So, sa liquid naman or the effluent is the relatively clear or partially treated wastewater. Next is the sludge, which is the bottom layer. It consists of heaviest solid waste materials that do not readily decompose, or yung human waste natin dito nabibilong. So, if you can see on the left side of the picture, meron dyan inlet baffle, and on the right side is the outlet baffle. So, sa inlet baffle, dyan pumapasok yung wastewater natin. While sa outlet baffle naman, dyan naman siya lumalabas. So, pagkapasok ng wastewater natin sa septic tank is nagkakaroon ng separation. Which is, yun nga, nagse-separate yung mga floating substances natin sa mga heavier solid waste natin. So, sa scum or yung process ng pag-separate ng floating substances natin sa wastewater is tinatawag natin na sediments. Which is yung pag-separate na naman ng sludge natin sa wastewater is tinatawag natin na anaerobic decomposition. Then after the separation of waste, nagkakaroon naman ng digestion, where the natural bacteria and enzymes begins to break down and digest the organic matter in the wastewater. reducing the volume and purifying it to some extent. Next is the decomposition of organic matter from human waste is a bacteriological process caused by first the aerobic bacteria or the aerobes. Next is the anaerobic bacteria or the anaerobes and the facultative bacteria. So when we say aerobic bacteria, it functions in the presence of material or oxygen, while the anaerobic bacteria is the opposite because it functions in the absence of free oxygen. Facultative bacteria, on the other hand, functions even without or with free oxygen. So these three types of bacteria has no relation to diseases. They thrive naturally in sewage and will function when conditions are favorably in terms of food supply, temperature, and moisture. So we have here the process of decomposition, the anaerobic decomposition, and aerobic decomposition. So anaerobic decomposition, referred to as putrefaction, is accompanied by bad odors. So yun nga, since yung anaerobic bacteria is a function siya without the presence of oxygen, now yung anaerobic decomposition natin is nagkakaroon ng bad odors or yung sludge natin is nagkakaroon ng bad odor. So, septic tank, a sewage, or the septic, a sewage that turns dark and smell unpleasantly due to anaerobic decomposition. Next is the aerobic decomposition, not accompanied by unpleasant odor. Kasi nga, opposite siya nung anaerobic. Yung aerobic bacteria natin is function siya with the presence of free oxygen or with the presence of free oxygen. Now, yung aerobic decomposition is hindi siya nagkakaroon ng unpleasant odor. Next is yung figure 4-6, which is the plan and section of septic tank. So, yung plan, makikita mo dyan, meron dyan 2 chamber. So, sa section naman, yan yung sinasabi ko, yung sa left side, yung inlet, kung saan pumapasok yung wastewater, and the outlet is kung saan siya lumalabas. So, sa first chamber dyan is the digestion chamber, kung saan dyan nangyayari yung separation and the digestion. So, sa leaching naman is after ma-separate ng wastewater is dyan na siya napupunta sa leaching to treat furthermore. Next is the gases that are produced inside the septic tank. So, there are different gases produced inside the septic tank, ranging from organic to non-organic gases. So, these are the methane gas, which is a combination of hydrogen and carbon, a principal component of natural gas. So, ang methane gas is an odorless gas and colored. It is also a colorless. Second is the carbon dioxide, is a combination of carbon and oxygen. So, same lang sila, colorless and odorless. Next is the carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is a byproduct of methane, classified as poisonous gas. Next is the hydrogen, evolves as a moist gas from organic waste. Fifth is the hydrogen sulfide, is a colorless gas with offensive odor. Sulfur dioxide is also a colorless gas having an irritating odor. Next is the construction of septic tank. We have here the reinforced concrete, yung nasa right side picture, plastered concrete hollow blocks. Next is the prefabricated asbestos. Fourth is thin metal and plastic. General conditions in constructing a septic tank. The concrete or masonry septic tank is usually constructed in a rectangular form. The reason is to retard the even flow of the waste that is necessary to avoid disturbing the decomposition processes inside the tank. Second, the minimum inside dimension of a septic tank is 90 cm wide and 150 cm long, as shown in the figure 4-7, which is the minimum of a septic tank. Number 3, for effective decomposition of the organic materials inside the septic tank, a 120 cm depth of the liquid content is necessary. Next is the inlet and outlet inverts of the septic tank shall belong sanitary T. The invert is extended down the liquid of the tank not more than 30 cm. The bottom of the digestion chamber should be sloped to one low point. 7. The septic tank should be provided with a manhole extended a few centimeters above the surface of the soil to overcome infiltration of surface water, as shown in figure 4-8, which is single chamber septic tank. Number 8, septic tank for large plumbing installations are provided with suspended compartment attached to the ceiling of the slab of the tank. Number 9, the septic tank should be constructed near the surface of the ground because the correction of the waste depends upon the extent of oxidation and the existence of anaerobic bacteria. And that's all for my part. Thank you so much for listening.
Good day everyone, my name is Eliza Nicole Bisinyal, last reporter for Chapter 4, and I will be discuss the continuation of sewage disposal system, part 4 to 5 to 4 to 6. Content, number 1, objectives, number 2, part 4 to 5, size of the septic tank, number 3, part 4 to 6, location of septic tank, number 4, part 4 to 7, safety precautions, number 5, part 4 to 8, sewage treatment. Learning objectives. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to identify the size of the septic tank, to locate the location of the septic tank, and to know the safety precautions and distinguish sewage treatment. Part 4 to 5, size of the septic tank. So far, there is no mathematical formula ever formulated to arrive in determining a definite size of a septic tank. However, sanitary authorities agreed in principles that, number 1, for a family of 6 persons, the minimum tank capacity should be approximately 1.3 cubic meters with a minimum size of 90 centimeters wide by 150 centimeters long and 120 centimeters depth. Number 2, a very large tank is not advisable because the bacterial activities would be retarded. The size of the tank is proportionally based on the number of persons expected to be served. In other words, the volume of a tank has a rational proportion with the volume of incoming waste for bacterial activities to be in favorable condition. Number 3, for residential installation naman, the practice is to allow 5 to 6 cubic feet. May nakalagay dyan na 5, nakalimutan ko lang. Allow 5 to 6 cubic feet of tank volume per person. Thus, a septic tank that will serve a family of 12 persons must have a liquid capacity of 6 times 12 equals to 72 cubic feet or 538 gallons. So, 1 cubic foot is equal to 748 gallons. Technical data in determining volume of a septic tank, given na to siya. Meron minimum width, yung wide niya, 90 centimeters. Yung minimum length niya, yung haba niya naman, 150 centimeters. Yung minimum depth niya, yung height niya, is 120 centimeters. So for residential buildings, a larger number of people, allocate 0.4 to 0.70 cubic meter of liquid per person. So small houses to serve out to 12 persons, the chamber should have liquid content of not more than 2 cubic meters. So for school naman, commercial and industrial establishments, the volume of the septic tank should not be less than 0.057 cubic meter nor more than 0.86 cubic meter per person. So when large amount of water waste is coming from the shower bath, laundry, and others, it is not advisable to permit of these waters into the septic tank. Likewise, all downspout collecting water from the roof should not be allowed to terminate into the septic tank. Rainwater should be conveyed to the storm drain. So, let's proceed sa solving. Determine the size of a septic tank to serve 200 persons in a commercial establishment. So, number 1, to determine the volume of a septic tank, refer to the technical data information, yung nasabi ko kanina. For a commercial establishments, we find the value of 0.57 cubic meters. So, multiply natin siya dun sa 200 persons. 200 persons times mo sa 0.57 equals to 11.4 cubic meters. Number 2, assume 1.2 meter width of the tank per 100 persons. So, for 200 individuals, multiply natin siya. 200 times 1.2 equals to 2.40 meters width. Number 3, the maximum depth of a septic tank liquid is 1.50 meters. So, solve for the length of a septic tank. May formula siya na length times width times depth equals to volume. So, length equals volume over width times depth. So, yung volume kanina is 11.4. I-substitute lang natin siya, no? 11.4 over 2.40 times 1.50. So, magiging ang length niya ng septic tank is 3.20 meters. So, the value of L is only for the length of the digestion chamber. So, divide by 2, then add result to the value of L to include the leaching well. So, L over 2 plus L equals to 320 over 2 plus 3.20 over 2 plus 3. So, ang total length niya is equal to 4.80 meters. Therefore, the size of a septic tank to serve 200 persons is 2.40 meters wide by 4.80 meters long. Next, another solving naman. A motel with toilet and bath and kitchen facilities will serve a maximum of 100 persons. Determine the capacity and dimensions of a septic tank. So, solution, number 1, refer to the table 422. Ipakita ko rin yan siya mamaya. Under motel with bath, toilet, and kitchen, the waste per person per day is 50 gallons. So, multiply by 100 persons is 5,000 gallons na siya a day. So, using the formula, V equals to 1, or volume equals to 1.125 plus 0.75, where V is the liquid volume of the tank in gallons, ang Q is the daily sewage flow in gallons. So, 1.125 and 0.75 is constant value. Substitute lang natin siya. So, volume equals to 1.125 plus quantity of 0.75 times 5,000 gallons. So, equals is 3.751 gallons. Number 4, there are 264 gallons in 1 cubic meter volume. So, i-divide lang natin siya. 3,751, divide mo siya sa 264. Equals mo sa 14.2 cubic meters. Ang capacity ng septic tank. So, to find the dimensions of the septic tank, if the maximum depth is 1.50 meters and the width is assumed to be 3.0 meters, i-divide natin siya. So, gamitin lang natin yung formula kanina, yung volume over width times depth. So, 14.2 cubic meters, divide natin sa 3.0 yung width niya times 1.50 meters yung depth. So, equal siya sa 3.50 meters. Ito yung table na sinasabi ko kanina. Sewage disposal system 4.2. Makita dyan yung types of establishment, pati yung gallons per person per day. Yun yung sabi ko kanina na sa figure, yung may motels with bath, toilet, and kitchen. Meron siyang 50 gallons per day. Next naman itong table 423. So, suggested size ng septic tank. Makikita naman dyan yung residential, pati commercial or industrial. Number of persons served, kung meron 1 to 5. Tapos, yung suggested size niya, inside width is 90 cm, inside length niya, plus leaching well is 150 cm. Yung depth of liquid niya is 120 cm. Inside clear, height of the tank is 150 cm. So on and so forth. Basahin nyo na lang po. Then, dito naman sa isa is maximum allowable sludge accumulation in a septic tank. Ano ba yung sludge? Yung sludge kasi yung thick siya, soft, wet mud, or a similar viscous mixture of liquid and solid components. Kikita yun siya sa loob ng, sa baba siya ng part ng septic tank. Ito yung table niya naman, capacity of a tank in gallons, mention depth of liquid, distance from bottom of outlet device to top of sludge. Kung may taas na 90 cm siya, so ang sludge natin is may 11 cm siya. Sa part 4 to 6 naman, yung location of septic tank. Location of septic tank shall observe the following considerations. So, ito yung mga dapat natin i-consider kung saan man tayo maglalagay ng septic tank. Number 1, the septic tank may be located closer to the building it will serve, so providing a minimum distance of 200 meters from the outside wall. Number 2 naman, as much as possible, the septic tank should not be located closer to the doors or window. Yes, kasi nga baka maamoy natin yan. Septic tank, number 3, septic tank should be at least 15 meters away from any source of water supply. The farther, the better. Yes, kasi what if may leakage na mangyari, then mag-mix sa source ng water supply mo yung meron sa septic tank, diba? Mahirap naman yun. Requirements of a satisfactory disposal of human waste. So, there should be no contamination of ground surface that may enter into the spring or wells. So, dapat walang contamination na makikita dun sa ibabaw ng lupa natin na maaring pumasok dun sa spring or wells yung mga balon. Number 2, there should be no contamination of surface water. Number 3, the surface soil should not be contaminated also. So, excreta, number 4, excreta should not be accessible to animals, flies, cockroaches, vermin, and the like. So, yung excreta kasi yung dumi natin. So, yung dumi natin ay hindi dapat mapunta ng mga hayop, yung langaw. Kasi, di ba, madumi naman talaga yung langaw. So, number 5, there should be no odor and unsightly conditions. Number 6, the methods used should be simple and economical in terms of construction operations. Yes, dapat lang din na pamamaraan na gamitin yung simple lang at yung matipid lang. Number 4 to 7 naman is safety precautions. In most cases, septic tanks are poorly aerated or ventilated. It lacks free oxygen. Under this condition, an individual entering into a septic tank for making repairs or cleaning purposes may meet almost instant death. Another precaution is to apply fresh air inside the tank while work is being done. Septic tank may contain harmful and dangerous gases. When repair work or cleaning is to be made, be sure that the septic tank is well ventilated. Paano? By removing the manhole cover few days in advance of the work. So remember that the tank may contain inflammable gases that might be ignited to cause a terrific explosions. Kaya kung kailangan natin gamitan ng light dun sa work kasi nga madilim naman talaga, we should use an electric emergency light with a properly insulated cord. So in the absence of an electricity supply, kung walang kuryente, mas safe gamitin yung flashlight powered by dry cell battery. 4 to 8, lastly, is the sewage treatment. The effluent removed from the septic tank is still in the stage of objectionable matter. Although these organic matters have been removed and many of the objectionable gases have been eliminated, still it contains countless number of harmful anaerobic bacteria and objectionable chemical compounds in solution that must be disposed of. So there are several methods and processes wherein sewages may be treated. And those are the most commonly used are the activated sludge process and the trickling or sprinkling filter process. So the activated sludge process kasi is a type of biological wastewater treatment process for treating sewage or industrial wastewater using aeration and biological flux. So it uses oxygen or it uses air and microorganisms to biological oxidize organic pollutants, producing waste sludge containing the oxidized material. Ang importance niya lang is it separates solids that have dissolved into the sewage mixture and therefore it makes filtration easier. On the other hand, yung trickling filters are used to remove organic matter from wastewater. So the trickling filters naman is an aerobic treatment system that utilizes microorganisms attached to a medium to remove organic matter from wastewater. In conclusion, wastewater treatment is an essential process that is critical in protecting our environment and public health. By removing contaminants from wastewater, we can reduce the risk of water pollution and the spread of waterborne diseases. The detailed scientific analysis of sewage treatment is beyond the scope of this subject in plumbing. But in passing, it is worth mentioning that the treatment of municipal sewage is a complex problem involving scientific aspects outside the sphere of plumbing. So the design and construction of a modern sewage disposal plant requires engineering training in all the phases of natural science, civil works for the design and construction of the structure, mechanical for the construction of equipment, plus an extended knowledge of chemistry, physics, and bacteriology. That should be all. Life is like a sewer. What you get out of it depends on what you put into it. By Tom Lair. Thanks for watching.